Attention Browns Nation, if you're one of those diehard fans who live and breathe Cleveland Browns, then get ready. There's something big brewing behind the scenes in the AFC North, and it could literally change the game. We're talking about a potential shift in power that could throw a division rival off balance for years. And yes, you're hearing this here first, straight from the source. But before we dive into this breaking story, if you're truly passionate about this team, hit that subscribe button now. Help us grow this community, share it with your friends, and let's hit that milestone of 1,000 subscribers together. This channel is yours just as much as it is ours, a real family of fans who believe in the future of the Browns. Now let's get into it. But it's Friday, and the rumors flying around aren't just your typical off-season noise. What we've got today is something real, serious buzz about a possible overhaul in the Browns quarterback room. And at the center of it all? Kenny Pickett. That's right. The young QB from the Pittsburgh Steelers, a guy who's shown flashes of promise but has also struggled with inconsistency. So why are we even talking about Pickett in a Browns video? Because according to recent insider reports, there's a real chance he might be on the move. And this ties directly into the messy quarterback situation Cleveland is dealing with right now. But let's set the scene. As most of you know, the Browns have been stuck in quarterback limbo for a while now. After trading for Deshaun Watson last season, fans hoped he would be the franchise guy for years to come, leading Cleveland back to the promised land. But as we all saw, Watson's season was riddled with injuries, and at best, his availability was inconsistent. That's left the Browns in a tough spot, especially when it comes to their backup plans. On paper, the Browns have a talented roster at other positions, but things are crowded at QB. Aside from Watson, they've got Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and of course, the exciting young rookie Shedeur Sanders, who's been making headlines with his impressive college tape and NFL potential. Shedeur Sanders is a fascinating addition, son of the legendary Deion Sanders, and he's wowed scouts with his arm talent, football IQ, and leadership qualities. His entry into the NFL is highly anticipated, and many believe he could become a starting quarterback sooner rather than later. But right now, he's still a rookie adjusting to the pro level, which means the Browns aren't rushing to put him under center just yet. Instead, they're likely planning to keep him on the roster, develop him behind the scenes, and manage their veteran QBs in the meantime. And this is where things get interesting, especially when you consider what NFL insider Mike Florio has been hinting at recently. Florio, known for his strong inside sources and accurate predictions, has suggested that the Browns could potentially trade Kenny Pickett. That's a bold statement, especially since Pickett isn't just some throw-in player. He's a talented QB with starting experience, and plenty of teams would be interested in picking him up. Florio's argument revolves around roster logistics and salary cap considerations, factors that are often overlooked but absolutely crucial in the complex world of NFL roster management. The core of Florio's analysis is this: the Browns currently have 4 quarterbacks on their roster: Watson, Pickett, Flacco, and Dylan Gabriel. Obviously, Watson's injury situation keeps him out of the equation for now, but having 4 QBs on a 53-man roster raises a big question: how realistic is it for the Browns to keep all 4 on the active squad? And more importantly, what does that mean for Pickett's future with the team? Florio points out that keeping 4 quarterbacks on an NFL roster is almost unheard of. Most teams roll with 2, maybe 3 QBs. Usually, the third guy is stashed on the practice squad or held as an emergency backup. But 4? That's a rare luxury, and it comes at a price. According to Florio and other NFL analysts like Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland.com, the Browns might be able to afford all 4 QBs right now due to the relatively low salaries and cap hits for guys like Flacco and Gabriel. Financially, they might be able to justify keeping all of them, but Florio warns this is a short-term workaround, a kind of roster hack that's not sustainable long-term. Here's the kicker: in order to make room for all 4 quarterbacks, the Browns might have to take a spot away from another position group. That could mean sacrificing a lineman, a linebacker, or even a running back. And this is where things get tricky. Injuries happen. Depth matters. And thinning out other parts of your roster could come back to bite you during a long season. Florio's breakdown suggests the Browns are walking a fine line. They might be able to carry 4 QBs temporarily, but at what cost? Especially when most NFL teams prefer to stick with 2 or 3 to avoid wasting valuable roster spots. In a league where every inch of flexibility counts, that's a luxury few can afford. Now here's where the speculation ramps up. Florio and others believe the most likely trade candidate is Kenny Pickett. Why? Because he's the most valuable piece in the group. He's young, has starting experience, and legitimate upside. He's the kind of player other teams would trade for either as a long-term solution or a bridge QB. The Browns, on the other hand, might be willing to part ways with him if they believe Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel can develop into their future starter. The thinking is, if no team offers a solid return for Pickett before the season starts, Cleveland might be better off trading him now than risking losing him for nothing later. Florio also floated a backup plan if the Browns can't find a trade partner for Pickett. One possible move would be to cut Joe Flacco, re-sign him to the practice squad, and elevate him to the active roster when needed. It's a smart workaround that some teams have pulled off in the past to balance veteran leadership with roster flexibility. But again, it's not a perfect fix, especially if Flacco's availability or performance becomes an issue mid-season. Let's not forget, all of this is happening in what might be the most competitive division in the NFL right now. The AFC North is a battlefield. The Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers all have real strengths. Cleveland needs to be strategic with every single roster decision. The quarterback position is the most critical piece of the puzzle. The Steelers, for example, have high hopes for Pickett. But if he gets traded or moved, that could shift the power balance in the division. The Ravens are always a threat with Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow is one of the best QBs in the league. So any move that affects the Browns' quarterback room could cause ripple effects across the entire AFC North. Naturally, fans are left wondering, what does all this mean for the upcoming season? Will Cleveland try to bolster other parts of the roster by dealing Pickett? Or will they hold on to him until the trade deadline, hoping he develops further and boosts his value? The Browns have been strategic in how they build their roster, always balancing cap space, player development, and immediate needs. This quarterback situation is no different. It's a chess match, and every move could shape the team's future for years to come.